Hercules had already proven his might in 6 impossible labors, but King Eurystheus was not finished with him yet. 6 more tasks remained, each more dangerous than the last. For his 7th labor, Hercules journeyed to the island of Crete. There, a mighty bull, wild and untamed, terrorized the land. This was no ordinary beast, it was the father of the Minotaur. The creature roared and charged, fire snorting from its nostrils. But Hercules, with unshakable strength, seized the bull by its horns, wrestled it to the ground, and dragged it across the sea back to Eurystheus. The 8th labor was no less gruesome. In Thrace, King Diom's owned a herd of monstrous mares, horses that fed not on grass, but on human flesh. Hercules confronted these savage creatures, their eyes blazing with madness. To tame them, he turned their hunger against their own master. Throwing diamonds to the mares, they devoured him, and at last, their fury was stilled. Hercules bound the horses in chains and delivered them to his king. Next came the 9th labor, the girdle of Hippolyta, queen of the Amazons. Hercules sailed across the sea and stood before the fearsome warrior women. Yet to his surprise, Hippolyta greeted him not with sword, but with respect. She offered her magical girdle as a gift. But the gods rarely allow heroes an easy path. Hera, ever jealous, spread lies that Hercules had come to kidnap the queen. In an instant, chaos broke out. The Amazons attacked, and Hercules fought his way free, clutching the girdle in his hands. The 10th labor sent Hercules farther than ever before, beyond the edge of the known world. His task was to capture the cattle of Geryon, a giant with 3 bodies and the strength of many men. Guarding the herd was Orthrus, a 2-headed hound with snapping jaws. Hercules slew the beast, then struck down Geryon himself with a single arrow. At last, he drove the crimson cattle back across seas and deserts, delivering them to Eurystheus. The 11th labor was one of cunning, not just strength, to steal the golden apples of the Hesperides. These sacred fruits grew in a hidden garden at the world's edge, guarded by nymphs and by a dragon with 100 heads. Hercules sought out the Titan Atlas, who bore the weight of the heavens upon his shoulders. With clever words, he convinced Atlas to fetch the apples while he himself held up the sky. But when Atlas returned, hoping to leave Hercules with his burden forever, the hero tricked him, asking only for a moment's rest to adjust his stance. When Atlas took back the heavens, Hercules seized the apples and departed victorious. Finally, the 12th and most fearsome labor awaited, the capture of Cerberus, the 3-headed hound of the underworld. To succeed, Hercules had to descend into the realm of Hades itself. The Lord of the Dead agreed to let him take Cerberus, but only if he used no weapon. With nothing but his bare hands, Hercules grappled the monstrous dog, wrestling against its snapping jaws and lashing tail. At last, he subdued the beast and dragged it up into the light of day. And so, with this final trial complete, Hercules had conquered all 12 labors. He had faced monsters, gods, and death itself and triumphed. His name would live forever, not only as a hero of Greece, but as a symbol of endurance, strength, and unyielding will. Like, share, subscribe for more such videos.